Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Sub LBC here, and this is Growing for Freedom. And just spending a little bit of time here in the production line nursery, or I should say the production line portion of the nursery. Obviously the nursery not only has the production line, but we've also got the LED going, as well as the fluorescent garden where we keep all the babies. But honestly, there's not really been too much going on in the fluorescent garden, and all the action lately has been right here in the production line. So for all you guys that have not been following along, we have been currently working on getting a whole new set of SFV mothers ready to go into this production line. And you can see that the 4 mature mothers that we had over here on the left hand side have all been retired. We did not too long ago have 2 mature SFV OGs and 1 Mendo Afgu and 1 Kryptonite, if I remember correctly. But went ahead and retired all those mother plants to make space for all of the SFV OG hopefuls. So you see here that we brought out another table to go ahead and set all these things up on. And I got real lucky here with the table, guys, because it just barely fits. You can see that it runs all the way there to the the area where the reservoir is. So barely made it just by a couple of inches. But obviously it's really great to work on the plants with. You can basically spread them out any way you want, but really trying hard to keep the plants actually directly underneath the lights. And that's getting to be a little bit difficult as the number of plants not only grow as it did up to 16 because of the recent transplant of the 4 SFV OGs that we took out of the LED garden, but also the fact that these plants are getting a lot bigger. And I think it's pretty fair to say that most people here watching at home, that you guys should have a pretty good idea of the plants that we're basically going to keep. You see that a lot of these ones here in the center are just growing really, really aggressively and looking really fabulous. And also, you can see here on the left-hand side, guys, these are all of the SFV OGs that had been recently transplanted from the LED, and they're still somewhat scrawny and not really looking all that terribly great. Still giving them more time to grow, but honestly, I think that the time spent in the LED garden was just not very good time. And they're not gonna get to a growth level, or I should say, they're not gonna end up quality enough to really make it into the final 8. We're gonna be culling out 50%. I'm pretty sure those 4 are gonna be pretty much automatic, and more than likely probably these 4 over here. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, there is still one more thing we want to do, and that is to take cuttings for a second time. So all these plants have already been cut once already, and the cut was fairly aggressive, but not too aggressive. This one here is going to be more of the same. We're going to focus on really taking only the best cuttings here from the top areas of the plants, really making a point of it to preserve the overall structure, and really just work on reducing the vertical height, and taking only the best cuttings, not being really too aggressive at all whatsoever. And then we're going to go ahead and examine the plants for about 3 or so days to examine the regrowth pattern, and then from that analysis, whatever the plants look like after that time period has passed, then we'll go ahead and make the final selections. Now the process is not only going to be going on here in the production line, which is all based under the HPS lighting systems, but we're also doing the exact same thing in the LED garden. And right now, of course, we do have the 4 Blue Dreams, 4 Kryptonites, 4 Super Kush, and 3 Mendo Afgus. Although it is important to note that we will not be doing any selections with the Kryptonite, since obviously we're going to be keeping all 4 of them. Blue Dreams are going to be eliminating 2, Super Kush eliminating 3, and Mendo Afgu eliminating 2. And then over in this garden, eliminating 8 SFV OGs. So obviously a lot of plants are going to be called out, but that's obviously going to be going a long way to really strengthen the core of both production lines. Not only the one here, but the one in the LED garden. So we're going to be looking forward to at least 3 months of really, really high quality production. Not only as we get the plants kind of up to speed, but as we make it through peak cutting, and more than likely, if we take really good care of these plants, we should be able to get probably another month or so of peak production, and then we can focus on taking one of the gardens down. Potentially, or probably I should say, whichever garden is producing, the least or is looking the most ratty, we'll start phasing those plants out and essentially use that whole line to bring up new plants, while allowing clone production to be carried by whatever other garden is left, whether that be this one or the LED. So I guess the real point is that it's really awesome to have the LED facilities, as a add-on to the existing production line, because it just gives me so many options, and I don't have to really worry about the production line completely being eradicated if it needs to be for whatever reason. If there's just a sudden decline in clone quality, or some kind of catastrophe at either one of the locations, The other one basically supports it. So we're always going to be producing, you know, high volumes. Although with both of them running in peak production, we're going to be getting some really high volumes. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be coming up obviously over the next couple of months. And at this point, guys, I really just hope that the additional rack is going to be enough to hold all of these things, because, you know, although it's going to be nice to have peak production from both Guardians, at the same time, you know, it would be a little bit better if we didn't necessarily have that, just because there would be a better chance that we're not going to have to use up all the rack space. But only time will tell, you know, how we're going to do on storage. And at this point, we can just kind of hope for the best, and if need be, add another rack and, you know, try to fit it somewhere. Although thinking about it right now, I don't know of a place where I necessarily could put it. So let's just hope that doesn't become an issue. But in any case, guys, that is pretty much all there is to talk about here in this video. The next video that I want to do is also going to be from the nursery. I want to go ahead and do a reshoot of the Weapons of War video that was previously on my old sub LBC channel, which is of course now defunct. And although I could easily just re-upload it, a lot of things have changed. All kinds of new products and strategies that I use to, you know, basically control all of the things and, you know, essentially the enemies, guys, that we really just hate having in our garden. That's what the Weapons of War video is going to be all about. So that is going to be coming up next, so definitely stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys in a few minutes.